What's up, y'all? It's your girl SA, and I'm back with another video. And we're taking a ride to Vallejo, California. So get your snacks, get your drink, get your joint, and make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And let's get hyphy.
Denzel Washington, born in the big Oak Town, Oakland, California. That's where my mama spit me out. But immediately we was rushed to Vallejo, and I've been raised in Vallejo ever since. V-Town, I represent the V. Born in the O, raised in the V.
They called me cause I was rocking my Adidas sneakers. Told the waitress, give me fajitas.
Andre Louise Hicks, also known as Mac Dre, was born on July 5th, 1970 in Oakland, California. The family lived in Marin, California before relocating to East Vallejo area. Growing up, Mac was very outgoing and outspoken. He had a mind of his own at an early age. His parents wanted him to be interested in sports, but he took an interest in playing with other kids in the neighborhood and getting to know them. He was very intrigued about different backgrounds, such as Mexican kids and white kids that lived around him. As far as musical influences, Andre's mom, Mac Wanda, really played a big part in influencing Andre to let him know different forms of R&B music.
Well, I was listening to oldies. I mean, what he would consider now as oldies, just the Gap Band, who else? Michael Franks.
Michael Franks, the Gap Band, who else?
Who else to be? James Brown.
George Benson and all kind of them
just
kind of
all
people,
kinds
you
of
know
music,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Average
And
White Band,
AWB, Sun, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Confunction, of course, all that kind of stuff.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
those
Johnny
people-
Guitar Watson and all kind of stuff like that. You know
That was
what I'm
my
saying? That's what I was raised
generation.
on.
Him growing up listening to that. In our house, in his room, he had turntables and stuff, and he was in the back making noise. But I didn't really realize how serious it was until I went to a concert, at a high school concert.
It wasn't until early junior high, maybe like 7th or 8th grade, when Mac Dre picked up a microphone and started rapping. He was also writing lyrics in his spare time as well. By the time Mac Dre became a teenager, the hip-hop scene was fully fledged. Vallejo would have a bubbling underground scene where Mac Dre would find himself and burst in it.
Listen up, I'm about to get hurt. It ain't nothing but a whip I broke. I found a young brother, he can say, they call me Mac Dre and I'm with the name.
The momentum from the talent show prompted Mac Dre to release a mixed cassette tape called Young Black Brother in 1989. Dre would continue to drop mixed cassette tapes like California Living in 1991, What's Going On in 1992, and also Back in the Hood. Dre would release his first album called Young Black Brother, the album, in 1993. Dre did have a crew that he ran with, who he made music with as well. They called themselves the Romper Room. These guys were a collective from the neighborhood called The Crest that Mac Dre grew up in.
Andre's friends called themselves the Romper Room after a popular children's TV show. As a sign of this friendship, Mac Dre's early albums were produced under the label Romp Records.
Sesame Street now, well, back in the day, there was Romper Room, where there were kids on a TV show having a lot of fun, same thing. And so that's how they saw themselves.
But where they saw the Romper Room as a group of neighborhood friends, Vallejo police labeled them a dangerous gang.
And the police at that time were harassing and stopping all black men in the Crest, right? And just saying, you're Romper Room, you're Romper Room, you're Romper Room. So he did the song Punk Police.
I think it is, or was, the police department that labeled them the Romper Room Gang.
On the tape, What's Really Going On, Mac expresses his feelings to the police on the song called Punk Police, where the police was always harassing him, trying to implicate him on crimes that he did not know. He pleads his innocence, saying that he's a rapper, not a bank robber. On March 26, 1992, Mac Dre was taking a trip down to Fresno with some friends. Unfortunately, The police and the FBI end up surrounding him, apprehending him on conspiracy to commit robbery charges. After not taking a plea deal, Mac would end up doing 5 years but would get out on 4 for good behavior. At the time of his conviction, Mac Dre owned the record label Rump Productions.
Understand that no bank was robbed. So in order for a bank robbery to happen, it seems like the first thing that's got to happen is somebody's got to run into a bank and say, this is a hold up, everybody, nobody move, nobody get hurt. Nobody done that. So we don't even have a bank being robbed, no money taken at all. Okay, just somebody pull into a parking lot, look around, get scared, see a camera, and break. Go back to the hotel, then they go to House of Pancakes to get something to eat. Now this is the following day, right? The next day. Mac Dre still got on, the next day, another Mac Dre t-shirt, okay? Again, he wasn't in the car with these individuals. House of Pancakes, they kick it, they eat, then they leave. They get in the car, they go back to Vallejo. On the way back to Vallejo, 90 miles outside of Fresno, California, the FBI and 90 law enforcement officers, 90, like a miniature army, pull over 3 black men and arrest them for attempted bank robbery and conspiracy to commit bank robbery.
Mac Dre was released from prison on August 2nd, 1996. He came out feeling like a new man, having a better appreciation for life and freedom, and wanting to turn his life around and focus solely on music. Around 1998, Mac Dre moved to the Arden Arcade area of Sacramento, attempting to distance himself from the Vallejo Police Department. In 1999, the independent record label Tiz Entertainment was born. Mac Dre was and also is one of the first pioneers for the hyphy movement in the late 90s, early 2000s, giving us a new melodic flow for black hippies, smoking weed, loving life, and just ultimately just having fun all around. For those who don't know, the hyphy movement is like the equivalent to the Snap era down in Atlanta. In my opinion, you had 2 Mac Dre's. You had the one that went inside of prison and the one that came out. This Mac Dre, his personality was shining. He just experienced so much with his music and his voice. He didn't have anything to prove. It was just basically like a big party for him every day, just living life to the whole fullest. Dre had his own way of doing things, his facial expressions, the dances, the slang, everything just blew up in just so many different type of waves. At a time where rap was so hardcore, Mac Dre really came in and made it cool, calm, and collective, and just made it real fun and dancery.
This led to Mac Dre elevating the hyphy movement, a hyperactive style of party music pioneered by Bay Area artists.
When this movement starts to take hold, it's taking hold in the background of artists very deliberately in the Bay saying, we're going to start a movement. You know, first it was the New Bay, and then it morphed into the hyphy movement.
And if you had to ask me, I'd probably say that was the beginning of the whole hyphy movement. You know, he created that movement that then later became a snowball effect and became a whole trend. But, you know, he's definitely a leading force in all that.
Mac Dre was big on ownership, and owning his whole catalog is what he accomplished. If you have not listened to any of his music, it's plenty of music available on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud, but I'm about to give you a couple of my favorite Johns. Of course, we got the Tizzle Dance, California Living, For Myself, Not My Job, Since 84, Miss You, and also She Never Seen. Andre's music was the epitome of high energy, just want to have fun. I can go on and on and on about the music, but I can show you better than I can tell you.
Thizzle dance, I said. Can you do the thizzle dance? Can you do the thizzle? First, I do like this. Then put a look on my face like I smell some piss. Bounce to the beat till it start to hurt. And I treat my bitch like an ATM card. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Man, I'm feeling myself. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Man, I'm feeling myself. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself.
Oh yeah, it's Mac Dre back in your face. I got my own boy Cooley in the place. Kick back, let us tell you about this California lifestyle that I live. Zeus amps that board, highs and mids. Woofers in the truck straight slamming. Striking through the neighborhood jamming. We can drop the top or blow the brains.
What I love most about Mac Dre was he was not afraid to be himself. He was loud, outgoing, charismatic, and definitely charming and a ladies' man. test the name Mac Dre. He made sure that his family, his friends was always good. He never left any behind. And most importantly, his fashion statements and his facial expressions will always be remembered. And that's one of the reasons why I will always give him his flowers.
Big lights, big buildings, fast cars, fast bitches, man. That's how we live,
life
man.
you like?
Have you ever had a bitch from Hawaii, man? Let me show you something, man. That's Hawaii right there, man. That is finest. Have you ever had a bitch from Hawaii, man? No, Hawaii is where we at, man.
I think the most important thing was he was influencer. He would make people be more than they could be. You know what I mean? The people around him excel because of him.
Unfortunately, it takes for someone to be gone for people to really appreciate him and this and that, you know. But so if he was still here, because he would still obviously be making music, you know.
This was the life of Mac Dre. I want to keep it light and sweet and about the music. I'm going to list all the sources that I use so you can go watch the documentaries on your own about the things I did not speak about. Unfortunately, Mac Dre did pass away at the age of 34 in Kansas City, Missouri on November 1st, 2004. He was assassinated while leaving a club in Kansas City, Missouri. He is survived by his mom and his daughter, and of course, all his fans around the world. May his soul rest in peace, and may he tizzle in peace.
Go!